We are back today on day number. What day is it? I actually forgot. Let me check real quick. You know, when you read the Bible every day, you actually forget, believe it or not. Which is a good thing. You're not supposed to really count, I guess, but it's alright. So let's see here. I think it's 11, honestly. Let's see. It's 12. Look at that. Day number 12. Alright, let's go. Let's go where we left off. God said to Jacob, "Arise, go up to Bethel and settle there. Make an altar there to God who appeared to you when you fled from your brother Esau." So Jacob said to his household and to all who were with him, "Put away the foreign gods that are among you, and purify yourselves and change your clothes. Then come, let these kings who resigned in the land of Edom before any king reigned over the Israelites. Bela son of Beor resigned in Edom, the name of the city being Din Habo. Bela died, and Jacob son of Zerah of Bozrah succeeded him as king. Jacob died, and Husham of the land of the Tenamites succeeded him as a king. Hasham died, and Hadad son of Bedad, who defeated Midian in the country of Moab, succeeded him as king. The name of the city being Eveth. Hadad died, and Semla of Mizkar succeeded him as king. Simla died, and Rashel and Rehoboth of Ephraim succeeded him as king. Saul died. Baal Hanan, son of Akbor, uh, succeeded him as king. Baal Hanan, son of Engbor, died. Habardar succeeded him as king. The name of his city being Paru. His wife's name was Metabel, and daughter of Midred, daughter of Zahab. You know, in the Bible, it's interesting whenever they, or like in the Bible, it starts saying like, let me see, how can I put this? Like in the Bible, it's interesting when it starts like skipping chapters, kind of, because it'll go all of a sudden start naming people and be like, their son took over, then he died. Then this other person took over, then he died. Then this other person took over, and then they died. And then like it'll just run through like 10 generations, just like skip all fast. It'll just fast forward. Interesting. These are the names of clans of Isu according to their families and their localities by their names. The clans Timna, Avila, Jeneth, Alahba, Allah, or Elah, Pinan, Kinza, Taman, Mibzar, Magdal, and Arim. These are the clans of Edom, and that is Izu, the father of Edom, according to their settlements in the land that they held. Jacob settled in the land where his father had lived as an alien, the land of Canaan. This is the story of the family of Jacob. Joseph, being 17 years old, was shepherd, shepherding the flock with his brothers. He was a helper to the sons of Bilhah and Zilpah, his father's wives, and Joseph brought a bad report of them to their father. Now Israel loved Joseph more than any other of his children, because he was the son of his old age, and he had made him a long robe with sleeves. But when his brothers saw that their father loved him more than he than all his brothers, they hated him, and could not speak peaceably to him. Once Joseph had a dream when he and he and when he and when he told it to his brothers, they hated him even more. He said to them, "Listen to this dream that I dreamed. There we were, binding sheaves in the field. Suddenly my sheaf rose and stood upright. Then your sheaves gathered around it and bowed down to my sheaf." His brothers said to him, "Are you indeed a to reign over us? Are you indeed to have dominion over us?" So they hated him even more because of his dreams and his words. He had another dream and told it to his brother, saying, "Look, I have had another dream. The sun, the moon, and the 11 stars were bowing down to me." But when he told it to his father and his father rebuked him and said to him, "What kind of a dream is this that you have had? Shall we indeed come, and I and your mother and your brothers, and bow down to the ground before you?" So his brothers were jealous of him, but his father kept the matter in mind. Now his brothers went to pasture their father's flock near Shechem, and Israel said to Joseph, "Are you are you, are not your brothers pasturing the flock at Shechem? Come, I will send you to them." He answered, "Here I am." So he said to him, "Go now, see if it is well with your brothers and with the flock, and bring word back to me." So he sent him from the valley of Hebron. He came to Shechem, and a man found him wandering in the fields. The man asked him, "What are you seeking?" "I am seeking my brothers," he said. "Tell me, please, where they are pasturing the flock." The man said, "They have gone away, for I heard them say, 'Let us go to Dothan.'" So Joseph went after his brothers and found them at Dothan. They saw him from a distance, and before he came near to them, they conspired to kill him. They said to another, "Here comes this dreamer. Come now, let us kill him and throw him into one of the pits." Well, this just took a dark turn. Then he shall say that a wild animal has devoured him, and we shall see what will become of his dreams. But when Reuben heard it, he delivered him out of their hands, saying, Let us not take his life." Reuben said to them, "Shed no blood, throw him into this pit here in the wilderness, but lay no hand on him, that he might rescue him out of their hand and restore him to his father." So when Joseph came to his brothers, they stripped him of his robe, the long robe with sleeves that he wore, and they took him and threw him into the pit. The pit was empty, there was no water in it. Then they sat down to eat, and looked up. They saw a caravan of Ishmaelites coming to Gilead, with their camels carrying gum, balm, and resin on their way to carrying it down to Egypt. Then, then Judah said to his brothers, What profit is there if we kill our brother and conceal his blood? Come, let us sell him to the Ishmaelites and not lay our hands on him, for he is our brother, our own flesh." Well, if you just put it that way, I guess, we're not going to kill him, but we'll let somebody else kill him. Yeah, it makes perfect sense. Makes perfect sense, right? I'm telling you, the Bible says some crazy stuff sometimes. But it is interesting, though. So let's keep reading. And his brothers agreed. When some Midianite traders passed by, they drew Joseph up, lifting him out of the pit, and sold him to the Ishmaelites for 20 pieces of silver, and they took Joseph to Egypt. When Reuben returned to the pit and saw Joseph was not in the pit, he tore his clothes. He returned to his brothers and said, "The boy is gone, and where can I, where can I turn?" Then they took Joseph's robe, slaughtered a goat, and dipped the robe in the blood. They had the long robe with sleeves and taken to their father, and they said, "This is what we found. See now whether it is your son's robe or not." He recognized it and said, "It is my son's robe. A wild animal has devoured him." Joseph is without doubt torn to pieces. Then Jacob tore his garments and put sackcloth on his lions, and then mourned for his son for many days. All his sons and all his daughters sought to comfort him, but he refused to be comforted and said, "No, I shall not go down to Sheol to my son mourning." Thus his father bewailed him. Meanwhile, the Midianites had sold him to Egypt to Potiphar, one of Pharaoh's officials, the captain of the ground. Very interesting. So that is it for today. And I shall see you guys tomorrow. Another day tomorrow. And remember, we are not alone. We have God and we have each other. And see you tomorrow.